So it is VW Pro Eliminations round number 1 that are going to be kicking things off. And it's going to be Ed Keach and Phil Blogg, the first pair. Just getting everybody in position. Okay. The burnouts are starting. Don't forget, after Eliminations round 1 for all of our classes, there will be a lunch break. So time to, well, time for me to go and buy some ducks.
Oh, yes.
I've got to go shopping.
What are you going to do if there's only 2 ducks instead of 3?
I'll go Quackers.
Hey.
Boom, boom. You line them up, I shoot them down. Right, here we go. Ed Keach, just waiting for the dial-ins as well. Oh no, Phil's been pushed back. I thought, where is he? But, oh, what a shame for Phil Blogg.
Oh, so he's been here all weekend as well.
Solo for Ed Keach. Oh, Phil Blogg, number 4 in the points coming into this weekend, so that's going to hurt. So Ed Keach takes the solo. 12.35 was the dial-in, 12.43 was the run. So Ed Keach into round number 2. Right, Jake Fronder and James Hodson. So always got to keep an eye on the points as well. James is number 4 in the points chase. Jake, not sure where he is actually. Number 12. Dial-ins, 12.14, 10.70. This is bracket racing. So we put the dial-ins on the boards. The idea is you run as close to it as possible and not break out. And the win goes to James Hodson. Took that win by 0.7 at the strike. Went 11.23 on a lose at 12.53. So James Hodson safely through. Right, next up then. This is your number 1 qualifier, the Lagster. Jonathan Newell. Dialing in at 12.35. Don't forget, this is the man that had the perfect ET in qualifying, and then he went the perfect reaction time as well. He got both ends. Goes 15.08. Didn't really matter what he ran. As soon as he'd taken the green, he was the winner. Right, Sam Young. If you heard no engine and a tyre screech, you know it's Sam coming up to the line. Should have been alongside Mark Taylor with the Blue Leon, but we hadn't seen Mark for quite a few rounds of qualifying. So unfortunately, Mark broken. So he's going to be a solo for Sam. Dials in a 9.90. Now the interesting thing is he can break out if he wants, doesn't matter, because the car is getting quicker and quicker. They are suffering less and less wheel spin off the line. So this could be rather good for Sam.
Oh, that was smooth.
Oh, but the wheel spin came in at 200 foot then. Tried to feed in the power. 10.53, 127. But yeah, you just saw the back end just twitch when they upped the power just that little bit more. But Sam, safety through to round number 2. Race time, Rob Carter and Ian Dale. Dial-ins then, 12.18, 12.90, just a 1/10 of a second between them on the tree. Oh, Rob rolled way before the lights ran. 0-5 red gives the race to Ian Dale. So it doesn't matter what they run, 13.02 and 13.54. Ian Dale takes the win. Right, here's a good one. Abby Tether with the Golf, 12.94. Luke Stevenson with the Dragster, 8.89. Over 4 seconds is going to be the, well, not advantage, but the difference on the tree for Abby. So the blue Golf will leave first, and then the Dragster will set off 4 seconds later. Abby takes that one, 12.98 on the 94. Luke Stevenson goes 9.03 at 1:45, but the 0.3 reaction time didn't help him that much. So it's Abby Tether that goes through. Ollie Whitehouse and Charlie Roberts. Ollie dials 11.50, Charlie 11.70, 0.2 of a second difference on the tree. The black up will be leaving first. Oh, Charlie way out in front if he just looks over his shoulder. And yeah, he's way out in front and takes the win, 11.97. Problems there for Ollie. But it is Charlie Roberts that goes through. Right, well, the other car that we didn't see for a while, obviously, was Dave Crowhurst with the Wanger. If you remember that, spat its rear wheel off.
Yeah.
So he took no further part in
proceedings.
Oh, what a shame!
Weekend.
Would have been a great matchup actually with Gabe Simon Crowley.
Yeah, it's a shame they couldn't get that fixed in time.
.956. It's another 9.5 for the boys. Well done. So he runs his first 9. Now he can't keep out of them. Brilliant. Right, important one for Graham Fairhead, without a shadow of a doubt. He is the points leader in the National Championship for VW Pro, going alongside Chris Poyner. Now then, let's look at the darlings. 11.50 for Chris, 11.33 for Graham. Both get the green. Right, quite simply, whoever gets to the top end first without going underneath their darling wins. Oh, 11.82 and an 11.61. The win margin 0-2 at the stripe, and it is Graham that takes that one.
Probably the closest so far.
Yeah, pretty close. Right, Chris Waterhouse, 10.7 with the Audi. And Paul Jordan, 9.99. The last pair in VW Pro. Well, gear selection issues. Has that decided this one? Close at the stripe. Win margin 0-2 again. It is Chris Waterhouse with 11.80 takes it on 11.04. Both of them miles away from the darlings. But it is Chris that takes that one. Right, so that's round 1 VW Pro done. On to VW Sportsman. Going to be Bruce Harvey and Steve Metcalf. Right, 3.2 seconds difference on the tree. Steve Metcalf with the Baja Bugs going to be leaving first. And then it'll be down to Bruce to chase him down. Watch the difference on the tree. There goes Steve. There goes Bruce. Green lights for both of them. Who's done the better job? It is Steve Metcalf takes that one, 17.62. A couple of issues there for Bruce, I think, but Steve into round 2. Steve Stone and John Crawford. Well, John Crawford likes to score points. Can he score some here? He's number 3 in the championship. Important that he goes rounds to keep his aspirations alive. Darling's end 16.25, 16.30, just 0.05 difference on the tree. You're hardly going to notice that. Well, we can hear John feathering the throttle at the stripe there. He's got his nose in front, just going to keep it there, and he goes 16.57 to take the win against a lose out, 16.38. So John Crawford keeps his points tally climbing. Right, let's see how Rob Cresswell and Andy Vos get on. 15.96 plays 16.50. Going to be Rob leaving first in the Kestrel Beer Lane. There he goes. And Andy Vos in pursuit. Right, 16.64, Rob Cresswell takes that one. Well done, Rob. Right, from a call out please for Giuseppe Lamagna. Can you please meet your family at Bugwan, please? A call out please for Giuseppe Lamagna. Can you please meet your family at Bugwan, please? Right, Reece Finney and John Gallant up next. The Lupo and the Sirocco. Only 0.2 of a second difference between these two. Don't forget, we have got a marquee matchup coming up. And,
excited for this one.
We're actually quite excited. We'll tell you more when they come round, but we need vocal encouragement from you, the crowd, when this pair comes round, and I'll tell you when. So Reece Finney looking for that 17. John 17.20. John's got his nose in front and takes it 17.41.
Yes.
So lose out 17.67. Right, I can guarantee you Alex is going to win this one. Alex Day or Alex Knott, though. Alex Day dialing in 12.90 in the Kestrel Beer Lane. Alex Knott 16.42 with a golf. So the red golf will leave first. There he goes. Well, reaction times we never read out, but needless to say, those two won't be framing them. And it is a win for Alex Knott. Takes that one, 16.93. Right, that sounds like Lawrence with the Thunderbug. It is. He's in the Autogrim Lane, dialing in the 13.78. Becky Bambrick, 15.9 with the golf. So Lawrence in chase mode. Actually, looks like he's drawn alongside already. So Lawrence will be judging this one at the stripe, just keeping his nose in front, and takes that one with a 13.98 to lose out 16.15. Hazel Carter and Morgan Wilson. 15.45, plays 18.20. It is going to be the Misdemeanor Havoc Beetle leaving first. And it'll be down to Hazel to try and catch her. Oh, that was close. 18.21 on a 20. Very nicely done indeed. Morgan Wilson takes that to a lose out 15.57. Tom Circuit and Lottie Bradford. Well, we've just seen a former junior dragster racer take a win in the Yellow Beetle. Will the same thing happen with the red one? Going alongside Tom Circuit. Well, Lottie qualified number 25. That doesn't matter anymore. Oh, problem. Sounds like they're stalled actually for Lottie. But it ain't over yet. Stranger things have happened. Tom could break out. You never know. No, he's through. 19.22 takes the win. But I don't quite know what happened with Lottie there. 25 for the run, but yeah. Laurie Anslow and Justin Foley. It's the Audi TT and the Skoda. Notice both of these cars are different to what they normally race. Basically, they're broken. Their normal race cars are broken, so they have these substitute vehicles. Things like Laurie's getting quite comfortable in the Skoda now. Runs that one a lot more. So 17.10 plays 15.45. Laurie out in front, Justin closing, and it is Laurie that takes that one, 17.62 to lose out 15.96. Very well judged, Laurie. Oh, still haven't seen our marquee matchup yet. Looking forward to this. The pairing we're looking forward to is Jake and Paul when they come round the corner. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed. All right, Nigel Coulson with the Leon. It's Mr. Jones. See how he gets on. 16.71 plays 14.15. Off goes Connor. And Nigel sets off in pursuit. So 16.71 plays 14.15. Can Connor hold on? He can't, no. It is Nigel Coulson that takes that one. A very well judged run. 14.16 on a 15. So Nigel Coulson into round number 2. Andrew Bambrick and Ben Mace, your next pair.
thunderous start there.
Well, talk about thunderous. That's
Yeah.
a perfect light. Absolutely perfect light. 0004. And a 1367
Yeah.
breakout
Deserved.
for Ben. Got there second and couldn't do anything about it. Perfect light. Andrew Bambrick, well done. Darren Walsh and Paul Robinson. $17.15 plays $14.92. Oh, sorry, yeah, $17.15 plays $14.92. Important one for Paul Robinson. He cannot afford to drop points here. He is your points leader coming into the event. But has he got enough to get round the Golf GTI? He has. 15.07 at the stripe takes the win. So we'll lose out 17.51. Emma Sadler, the Candy Queen, alongside Danny Bean with the Lupo. 15.15 a pair. They'll be leaving the line together. Well, the tree's going to run together. Then you'll be able to see who gets a better reaction time. It'll be visible. Oh, well, Danny Bean went too soon. He put a cherry on the tree. Automatic win for Emma. So the Candy Queen goes into round number 2. Oh, I've only got 3 pairs to go, and our marquee matchup is the last pair. Oh, great stuff. Right, next up, Jerry Sadler. Just seen Emma Sadler go through. Can Jerry do the same? Or is young Dan going to stop with the Loca Polo? 12.75, the dial in the Kestrel lane, and it's 16.05 for the Beetle in the Autoglim lane.
With the chase.
Right, so the heat is on. Well, looks like Dan's drawn alongside at 1,000 foot. Takes that one with a 13.14. That's the number 1 qualifier out.
Wow.
Right, 2 pairs to go. The Fat Man Octavia of Andy Cooper taking on Phil Jones with the Dragon Wagon. Now, Phil is number 2 in the championship points. Number 1 and number 3 have gone through. As has number 4, actually, Lawrence Clark, and Danley just saw go through. He's number 5 in the points. Morgan Wilson, 6 in the points. They're all through. So it's down to Phil Jones to... Oh, what happened there for Andy Cooper? He went to launch and it didn't move. Almost bizarrely, like he still had the handbrake on. I don't quite know what happened there, but that was odd. So Phil Jones, target of 14.6, goes 15.58. So well out of Phil. Okay, the last pair.
Here we go. Come on.
All right, we need plenty of encouragement because it is probably the quickest car
word.
and the slowest one. Let's have a look at the dial-ins then. 25.90 plays 12.14. Are you going to want the Westphalia camper to win, or is it going to be the Audi TT? Paul Jackson with Pop the Kettle On has got
13-second head
nearly
start.
14-second head start.
Oh,
He's going to be approaching half track. Well, no, in actual fact, he's going to get past about 3:30 to half track before Jake leaves the line. Okay, so Paul Jackson is off and running. Jake Fronda is just
Yeah,
doing his
people
doing his
pleaser.
seatbelt
Come
up
on, the
now.
crowd favourite. The people's champ.
Okay, so Jake is off in pursuit.
He's gotta
Paul
chase him.
Jackson is way past halfway. Paul Jackson is approaching 1,000 foot. Jake's closing in. And at the stripe it is. Oh, it's a double breakout. But the win goes to Jake Fronda, 12.07 on a 14. 20.
Breakout!
Paul Jackson broke out by half a second. He got there first, but went way too quick. Oh, it's a shame. You can pop the kettle on now.
Yeah, there we go. There we go, I suppose so. You know what it was? He took his sleeping bag out, and that's what made him a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's too much caffeine. Move on to VW Pro. Eliminations round number 2. It's Ian Dale with a strip burner taking on James Hodson with the Golf. The dial-ins then 1070 plays 1280. The Beetle leads first. Oh, a cherry on the tree for James Hodson. 0-1 red. Doesn't matter what Ian Dale does now, he's got the win. $13.58 was the run, but he's got the win. 12.31 lose out for James Hodson, but he already went red. Graham Fairhead with the misfit taking on number 1 qualifier Jonathan Newell with the Lagster. 1 second between them on dial-ins. 12.40. Jonathan will be leaving first, and Graham Fairhead will be trying to catch up. Also very important for Graham, he is the points leader in the national championship. Wants to keep getting round wins. Oh, and he's got the win. Jonathan Newell goes red. Graham Fairhead, another round win. Oh, Jonathan Newell went 12.41 on a 40, but it didn't matter. He went red. Charlie Roberts with the up, going against Sam Young with the electric Beetle. Ian Dale with the blue Beetle awaits the winner of this one. So Charlie Roberts and Sam Young fighting this one out. And it's Sam Young that takes that. Oh, 991 on a 990 dial-in. Drove round Charlie Roberts at the stripe. Win margin 0.11. But it is Sam Young that is through to the quarterfinals. Chris Waterhouse and Abby Tether up next. Graham Fairhead awaits the winner of this one. So they're both off and running, but a little bit of a hop, skip and a jump off the line for Chris Waterhouse. 12.94 is the target for Abby. She's way out in front. And a 13.33 gets the job done for Abby. 12.28 there for Chris, not what he wanted. All right, Simon Crowley taking on Ed Keach. The last pair in VW Pro. Simon Crowley sticking with that 9.20 dial-in, and Ed Keach sticking with that 12.35. Don't forget, Ed had a perfect ET in qualifying. Well, 12.42 takes the win, a 10.14 for Simon Crowley. So it is Ed into the next round where he gets a bye into the semis. But well done to Simon Crowley, member of the 9 Second Club. And proudly so. We look into the lanes once again. VW Sportsman, our next class to come around to put in a round of eliminations. This is their second round. This will set the quarterfinals. Right, first up then, Jake Fronda and Laurie Anslow. Nearly 5 seconds difference on the tree. Laurie be going first with the Skoda. Off she goes. Now Jake Fronda has to be patient. Off he goes. And the win goes to... Whoa, that was close at the stripe. Jake Fronda takes that one. 12.16 on a 12.14 dial-in. Laurie got there with the 17.38 and 3 miles an hour. Not what we expected. Right, next pair, Andrew Bambrick and Steve Metcalf. Well, looks like Steve creeped forward there. Sorry, Andrew crept forward. Dan with the Loco Polo, Thomas with the Lupo, your next pair. The dial-ins, 1855, plays 1275. Tom Circuit has a fair old difference on the tree. He will be leaving first. And can Dan Brioche close him down? Well, there goes Tom. And Dan sets off in pursuit. And Dan gets there first on the 12.97 against a loser 18.98. So the Loco Polo is into round number 3. Well, Wayne Norman heading back to the pits. Thanks ever so much for the entertainment this weekend, Wayne. Thanks for your colour commentary as well. And as we like to say in this game, thanks for being a good egg. Always there to help other people. And that's what this sport thrives on. Right, Emma Sadler, the Candy Queen, taking on Lawrence Clark with the Thunderbug. 15.15, plays 13.78. They both went green, so it's a race to the stripe without breaking out. And it's the Thunderbug that does the job. 13.99 for the win against a lose-out 15.40. So it is Lawrence that goes through. Nigel Coulson with the Leon, taking on John Gallant, number 2 qualifier with the Sirocco. 17.20, plays 14.10. 3.1 second difference on the tree. The Sirocco will be going first. Oh, John goes red. It's an automatic win for Nigel. 0.03 cherry on the tree. Went too soon. So it is Nigel that takes the win, and we're going through to the quarterfinals. Well, John was the right side. It was a breakout for Nigel, but it didn't matter. The red light determined the result before the numbers appeared on the board. Rob Cresswell and Alex Knott, your next pair. Rob dialing in a 1650, but Alex leaving first with a 1670. Just 0.2 of a second difference on the start line tree. Both of them get a green. So who is the bravest at the top end? When I say bravest, who's judged their run the best? They've got to get as close to their dialing as possible without going under. So they go to the stripe. The win goes to Rob Cresswell, goes 1673 against a lose out 1686. Just 0.01 of a second between them at the stripe in the favour of Rob. Okay, they've been told to come forward now. So, John Crawford and Phil Jones. Obviously, this for a spot in round 3. Quite a key one in the points as well, actually. John Crawford is eliminated. Red light start. Not what he wanted. He was number 3 in the points as well. Phil Jones number 2 in the points, and that just extends Phil's lead. John Crawford's going to be incredibly annoyed with himself for that one. In actual fact, they both went red, but it didn't matter. John Crawford went red first. Next up, the misdemeanor Havoc Beetle of Morgan Wilson taking on Paul Robinson. Now, Paul is your points leader in the National Championship. The Darlings at 1825, place 1492. And that's a 14.99, takes the win there for Paul Robinson. He had an 0.3 light as well. 18.40 and 18.25 for Morgan. But it is Paul that goes through. Drive it up the track, but he's not be going flat out. No burnout or anything.
Yeah, no point really.
Well, you don't want to get it over. It's a hot day out there.
Save it for the next round.
Yeah. Well on Ed. He's through. Ian Dale with the Strip Burner Beetle. And Sam Young with the Electric Beetle. Old school and new school. All right, 9.9 the dial in for Sam. Ian 12.80. 2.9 seconds difference on the tree. Well, to say, currently racing is really going well now. Going to try and take the win as well. And they do, 992 on a 990. 1304 against the 1280 dial-in. Win margin 0.15, Sam Young. And he's guaranteed a trophy. He gets a bye in the semis. Whoa. Right. Graham Fairhead, points leader, going alongside Abby Tether. Abby dials in 1294, she goes first. Gets the red, oh, 001 red for Abby Tether, so Graham Fairhead. Oh, he's making points whilst the sun shines, that's for sure. Oh, he's going to leave here with a mountain of points this weekend. Huge. What does he run? 11:30 breaks out, doesn't matter. Abby had already gone red. Right, VW Sportsman. This is where it starts to get just a little bit interesting. This is quarterfinals to set semis. Now then, as we know, VW Sportsman won the shootout.
So they're playing for the moolah.
Anybody that gets into the semi-finals is guaranteed some money from that prize pot. Pick your Audi TT. Is it going to be Jake Fronder's much later version, or is it Paul Robinson, the championship points leader in VW Sportsman? All right, there goes Paul. He's dialing his 1496. Jake Fronder dials in 12.10. Well, Paul Robinson out in front, and oh, unbelievable that was. Paul Robinson got there first, but broke out spectacularly. But then Jake Fronder broke out just as badly, if not worse, and gave the win back to Paul.
Such a shame.
Oh, one of those things. If Jake had realised he was beaten, he would have won. Does that make sense?
In some weird way, yes.
Oh dear. Right, Nigel Coulson and Lawrence Clark. The Thunderbug taking on the Leon. 1378 plays 1405. The Leon will be going first. There they go. Well, Lawrence looks like he's already out in front. But who is the bravest at the stripes to run their number? Oh, a 1410 takes the win on a 14.5. So it's Nigel into the semis. Steve Metcalf taking on Dan Brioche. Thing is, though, his name isn't Brioche, but we just always call him that. Right, Steve dialing in 1730. Dan dialing in 1275. So the chase is on. So is it going to be the Baja or is it going to be the Loco Polo? Tight at the stripe, it is. Dan taking the win there, 12.93 against the lose out 17.67. Win margin 0.22. So Dan's in the money. Last pair. Phil Jones with the Audi A3 taking on Rob Cresswell with his A3. Two different vintages. 1490 plays 1650. Rob's going to lead first, and then 1.6 seconds later, Phil's at the side of the tree will run.
whiz and a bang.
Yeah.
Heads off the start line.
So Rob Cresswell gets to the stripe and takes the win with a 16.53 against a loser at 14.91. Ooh, that'll go down as a whole shot win, basically. Phil was close to his dialing, but Rob had the better reaction time. Net end result, Rob takes the win. So the four of them fighting it out for the money is going to be Dan Boucher taking on Rob Cresswell, and then Nigel Coulson taking on Paul for the money.
Right then, continuing with eliminations is semi-final time. It's VW Sportsman. Nigel Coulson taking on the championship leader Paul Robinson. We already know the losers are guaranteed £50 from the Sportsman versus Pro shootout, which was all the way back on Friday. Sportsman absolutely destroyed Pro. So the four-wheel drive 3.2 Audi taking on the bright Seat Leon. Nigel Coulson's first season. It's a green light drag race. Paul Robinson is out ahead. 14.05 Nigel's looking for. It is a breakout. Paul Robinson breaks out. Nigel Coulson goes 13.97. And Paul Robinson goes a 14.83. Double breakout, but Nigel by the lesser, so he moves on to the final. Both into stage, lights come down on Rob's side, he gets a green light. Dan's watching the tree, oh, but he goes red, giving the win to Rob Cresswell, who's going to go into the final and race Nigel Coulson. Is he going to rub salt in the wound? 16.50 is the dial in. He goes 16.34, breaks out, but it doesn't matter. Roxanne Brioche is out. Righto, next semi-final. Ed Keach with the VR6 Turbo Mark III Golf taking on our championship leader, Graham Fairhead, with the 20 valve turbo fastback. Can Graham extend his championship lead even further with a win against the VW Golf? Ed's been dialing 12.35 all weekend long, and he sticks with that. Graham Fairhead 11.35, so a good second difference on the tree. Ed will be the car to leave the line first. He gets the green light, as does Graham. Now it's a chase to the finish line. At mid-track, Graham is catching up with Ed. The win goes to Graham Fairhead with 11.30 on 11.35. Ed Keach breaks out 12.23 on a 12.35. Sam Young elected just to break the beams, save electricity on the car, no point heating up the motors. He shall see Graham in the final. Here we go then. Bug Jam VW Sportsman Finals, from 36 cars down to 2. Everybody wants to win Bug Jam, but only one person can. Everyone thinks they're the best, everyone thinks they deserve it, but only one person can be the champion of Bug Jam in 2022. Nigel Coulson, the rookie, taking on Rob Cresswell, the champ. It's nice to see Rob Cresswell back in the car. This is his first race of the season, after getting rid of the Audi RS4 over the winter. Here we go then, both into pre-stage. The lights drop down. Rob Cresswell is away first with a green light. Green light drag race for Nigel as well. The race is on. As we approach the half track, Rob is still out in front, but here comes Nigel at the back half. And the win goes to Nigel Coulson with a 14.09 and a 14 flat to a 16.55 on a 16.40. Okay, we move on to VW Pro. This is the final. Graham Fairhead, the current championship leader with the fastback, taking on Sam Young, a previous champion with Blackcurrant 3. Only his second event out with BC4. Every run getting quicker and quicker. This is your final at Bug Jam. The final. Electric versus petrol. Again, thank you very much to everyone who's hung on to the bitter end. It is very, very late in the evening. Almost 7 o'clock on a Sunday after 4 days of Bug Jam. This is the final. Graham gets a green. Sam gets a green. The race is on. We're approaching the finish line. Sam is well out ahead. Goes through with a 10.06 on a 9.90. Graham Fairhead goes through with an 11.82 on 11.35. So Sam Young wins his first event with Blackcurrant 4. Congratulations to the current racing team. But Graham Fairhead marches on in the championship, amassing so many points this weekend. It's going to come down to Greenlight Nationals. Can any of the top 5 catch him in this chase for 2022 championship?
Hey!